And hello to all my Gemini friends. I'd like to welcome you in. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for a very sunflowery September 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a storyline spread. It's a great spread for general readings because it casts a very wide net across the entire sign of Gemini. Tells a bunch of different stories there. So it's like a bunch of mini readings all in one. It allows me to be very accurate. We're finding the story that's right for you. There's going to be one in there that is just a home run there. So if the first couple don't make sense, bear with it, stick with it. We're going to get your story in here. Now I've seen that go 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 if Spirit is very chatty. So it's going to be interesting to see what they want to do there. And they can also talk about anything. That's the great part about the storyline spread. They also want me to do an animal totem spread for you guys. So that's always a lot of fun. I believe it is one animal totem for Gemini. Yes. So they want to focus on what is going on right now. Less about transitory transition stuff. They just want to talk about, hey, let's give Gemini this right now, right here for September. We're also going to do a runestone for you guys. That's going to cap the whole thing off. Also have to tell you about this wonderful display right here. So we have a lot to get to. Let's get started, shall we? The cards are already shuffled up. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. What I'm going to do now is bring you in so you can watch. Hit that like button if you're ready to have a great September. And we are on and recording. What I'm doing now, Gemini, these are my ritual cuts. Cutting each deck into 3 different pieces, then putting them back together in a separate order. That satisfies the ritual aspect of tarot and is the same procedure for personal, private readings. So here we go with the storyline spread. They can take this wherever they want, so let's see what they got for you. I started with 5 cards. These are your core 5 cards, the most important for you to see. And interestingly enough, well, except for the last one, they're all upright. No blockages except for that last guy. Let's see. All in view. Looking good. We're not over yet, so we got to keep pulling cards. Actually, that is my end right there. So you can see we start here. This guy is facing this way, even though he's upside down, so that caps us off our little brackets here. So that is the core of our storyline. So now I got to get my pairings here together. See which goes to what here. All right, so we're looking at 3 stories, guys. It'll be a kind of relatively simpler spread, at least how it starts. These can still get big because I have to expand on certain cards. I'm going to actually throw this one here and put this one up here for spatial reasons. All right, so this one is a pip card, so it's just going to get a descriptor card. And actually, I need one more to make sure that's not a person. It is a person. And then one more to describe what that person's doing. There we go. All right, so this story is all set here. Over here, we got 2 pip cards, 2 minor energy cards. Just going to do 1 card there to kind of bridge the gap there between the 2. That story's complete, except for the blockages. This one blocked. That one's okay. And then up here, guys, I just need a couple. First, see if we're talking about a person here. We are not. I can still stay here, though. And then this one, a person. We are not. So we're talking about the energy of people up here instead of the people themselves. Probably off screen here. I will move it for you once I get everything adjusted where I need to go. So don't worry, you will see everything. 2 more cards on Judgment, our major arcana card, and we're ready to go, guys. Check my inverts one more time. This is the only one I need to discard on, and that is going to be red just the way it is. They don't want to change a single thing. They like the way it looks. So that's what we're going to do for them there. Angel card for every story. So this story gets this one. This story gets this one. And then finally, this story gets this one. Now it's just a matter of showing you them all in the view here. I'm going to start with the big one up top here. Going with Courage. I think that's in view. Actually, I'm going to move that here. Then I know you can see it. The way that this holds my phone, it's very hard to see that part of the screen at least. Okay, so you can see up there, guys. We're going to move into story over 2 over on my right. That's going to be the littler one. You can see it upper right corner of your screen now. Then we're going to finish our little story 3 down here last with our moon cycle. So that's going to segue very nicely into that. So let's get started, guys. Lots to talk about Gemini. Okay. Story number 1. We start with Geminis that are making decisions here, major decisions for the most part, relevant ones. That's what comes in first with my Judgment card. If you're a Gemini that is with me here in story number 1 and you have made a major decision or you're working on doing so in the month of September, double thumbs up from Spirit. They're basically saying, hey, you're good to go here. Blow the horn. Let's get moving with this decision. Let's move on. What's after that? Now, there is some new beginning coming in here because we have small setbacks first. That's what happens kind of on the initial kind of front part of it, the very early part of this message, of this decision. It starts out a little rough, but that's what it takes for you to purge this. We have the Death card next. Death is a purging energy of where nothing from the past can carry over. This has got to be full. This has got to be 100% brand new, no carryover from the past. So keep that in mind for the context of where they're trying to go for you here. If this is you here, Gemini, in story number 1, this cannot be something you do here and there. For example, if they're talking about you just blowing the horn and deciding on, let's say, a person you're dating, this is not somebody you can go out to dinner with once in a while. This is not somebody you can, go and hang out with once in a while. This has got to be like, you either got to go all in or all out here. It may not be about a person either. This could be about just about anything. Let's say you're making a decision with work and you're like, hey, I'm going to take on this little part-time, this other job, but I'm also going to go back to my other job. Here they're saying no, it's the full. Okay, you need to go all in here or all out. That's the energy on this decision. Now, there is action that is moving towards this. So whether you're there yet or not, this is, for some of you, this is action moving backwards. It's like going backwards in time so you can move forward. So that's kind of giving you a hint about something from your past that may unlock this story a little bit more, give you some good insight on something that is coming, something to be ready for, something like that. Now, they do show... and that goes back to facings. If you look at where I read that story for you, you can see that guy facing left. And left, from my point of view, the way I'm reading your cards, is the timeline in the past. So it's action past, moving forward here by yourself with the Hermit card. So if this is something that you've thought about doing with other people, they're saying, actually, you need to do this by yourself right now. So even if it goes back to the love message here, where it's like, hey, you just need to be single right now. You don't need to be with anybody right now. We got to, make a decision to move past somebody completely here, finding the context, of course. So it is kind of vague right now, but they are probably leaving this open-ended on purpose, probably because they want a wide bunch of my Geminis to attach to certain parts of this without, ruling certain ones out. I see it done that way all the time. It's very common. Now, the next thing that they show here is the nurturing of the one of two things. It's a pentacle. It is the Queen of Pentacles, so she's nurturing the coin. So that's nurturing your finances. But the coin can also represent health. So some of you may actually, here in story 1, be nurturing your health. And either way, they're both presenting themselves like you do a good job of this. So really all we need to do is push continuance of it. You need to just keep going down that good path that you're on. You're doing good here in regards to health or finances, whichever they're describing for you. More than likely, it's one or the other, not both. They also show that things are getting busier. It's less of a restful relaxation period here in September. Things are picking up. Activity is going on. They want you to be courageous. So this is about kind of standing up for yourself and also taking risks. Very much in story 1. So risks are good to a certain point, especially going back and figuring out that back action here, action to the past, so you can move forward in strength courageously. There's story 1, guys. As we move into story number 2, story number 2 starts with things are getting very interesting here. For a lot of my Geminis in September, we're getting away from kind of the boredom, the discontent phase. That's what that card means, turn the other way. But when it's inverted like this, it's a break from that. It shows that, hey, this is getting really good now. It's just like if your life is like a movie, all of a sudden Geminis get to September here, and hey, this is a good part of the movie. This movie might have been boring before, but now, oh, this is cool. This is pretty interesting. What's going on here? That's what's going on here in September for Geminis here in story 2. They show a lot of you here are on a brand new journey. I bring in the journeyman here with the Fool card. So that doesn't mean you're a fool. It means brand new journey. It does give you kind of the advice to be a little bit safe, a little bit conservative, no risks, very small on the risks. Now, you can see a big difference there from story 1. Story 1 was big about risks. Story 2, not so much. This is more about being sure-footed. You're getting interested about something. Could even be a person. Could be just about anything. Maybe some of you are getting interested in new jobs, new opportunities, maybe even new health kicks, new diets, all kinds of stuff can pop in here. But new journeys need to be here a little bit safe. Okay, so don't do any, let me give you an example. If you're going to do a diet here, and that's what they're talking about, you're getting interested in doing, don't do something crazy that you're going to starve yourself to death with, or, only eat a certain way and, really deprive yourself. This has got to be kind of more by the book stuff. So I wouldn't do anything risky at all here. It could really affect your health in a not so good way if it was something like that. But of course, like I said, the context is big. We are doing a general reading here for Geminis. You guys are great, but a lot of my Geminis tuning in here, so that muddles the energy a little bit, harder to read. If you're looking for messages that are personal, private, and specific only to you, I do offer those on my website, scottsagent.com. A wide variety of different products there. Now, they do also talk about not giving things away too much here. So this is like you letting people steal from you. So it's kind of like you giving it away. Of course, you're not actually letting people steal from you, but if you overpay for something, that's the same energy here. So keep that in mind. So it's like if this is an example about working out, going to the gym, maybe you're overpaying here. Maybe you're paying for something you're not using. Maybe they're taking the money out of your account every month, but you only have been once in 6 months, whatever it is that's going on for you here. So be careful of that. There is a propensity here of you giving things away too much here. So you really need to kind of like reel it in here, bring it in a little bit, get away from kind of that, because you can probably repurpose this for bigger, better things, and that's why they're bringing it up. We end with outdoors. It's an interesting way to put that, but for a lot of you, grounding is going to be a big deal. A lot of you really need to get grounded. A lot of you are imbalanced, probably root chakra-ish around there. That is your connection to spirit world, kind of at the base here, your red. Getting outdoors can take care of that and kind of rejuvenate you, really. That's why, people love going to the beach. People love getting around water, getting your feet in the sand. If, you're in the mountains, go out in the mountains, wilderness, get out into nature, whatever it is for you, go hiking. So whatever version of that applies to you. Getting outdoors is a very big deal there in story 2. And I'll also tell people, what if you're in the city, you're not around nature really at all, something like that. A really nice bath, soaking in a nice warm bath, Epsom salt, stuff like that. Just very good grounding. It's water. Water is like a huge conductor of electricity, of energy, really. And that's pretty much story 2 here. Now, before I get into story 3, they kind of let in here with the moon cycles in story 3, so it's going to be a big deal there. Let me go over that right now so you know what this is all about. I like to give you guys the moon cycles every single month anyway, so it's just a perfect little segue. So, first thing that comes up for the moon cycles in the month of September happens on September 10th. This is your full moon energy, when you got to get something out of your life, like get it out. That is very much story 1 energy. Story number 2, not so much story 2, but maybe there's going to be some tie-ins to 3 here as well. But it doesn't matter what it is you're trying to get out of your life. You can do that under the full moon much easier than any other time. It's just the currents of the ebbs and the flows of everything out there in the universe. The cosmic energy, the spatial radiation, the solar and the lunar. So these are things you can take advantage of with the moon cycles. So the full moon, get it out of your life. Doesn't matter what it is. You're trying to break a bad habit. Get rid of emotional baggage. Get rid of actual physical stuff. Get rid of people. Some of you may be getting rid of people there in story number 1. Doesn't matter what you're trying to purge out, but that is the garbage truck energy of the universe. Get it out there with that full moon. Adversely, September 25th is when the new moon comes in. That's when you want to bring something brand new into your life. Doesn't matter what it is. Some of you may be trying to attract new love. End of September, much better time. Some of you are trying to do something new with work, new job, new finance. We talked about health kick. We talked about, exercise. Any of that stuff, if it's brand new and it wasn't there before, I would bring that in later in September opposed to earlier, following those moon cycles. If the moon cycles confuse you at all in any way, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. It is free. It is on my website, scottsagent.com. It's parked on my videos page. You go to the videos page, bottom there. Check those out. A little graphic illustrator, give you a little tool to work with there so you can understand how these moon cycles work and just make things work a little bit smoother in your life as a result of that. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter program. That is at the bottom of every single page on my website. It's there for a reason because that thing is huge. It's huge gains. I take great care of my newsletter people. I only send one newsletter email every single month, and it's just for updates, promo codes, save you guys money on readings, and my newsletter people get a couple free readings every single year just by being signed up to that. That's how good of care I take of them, my people. And so the newsletter is a no-brainer. Make sure you're signed up for that there as well. Also, while you're there, there is now a Scott Sagent shop. That there is a tab there for that. Releasing one brand new product every single month until the store gets nice and populated. And this wonderful display here is what I'm going to tell you about next. That is the brand new #2 product in the shop. Okay, guys, the time has come to unveil and reveal the brand new product. The Scott Sagent line here is now offering you, if you are sunflower obsessed like me and a lot of other spiritual people, we're going to talk more about the sunflower momentarily, but this, guys, is sunflower potpourri. To my knowledge, this is a niche item. I don't think it exists out there, at least not like this. This is produced in small batches, hand fragranced, a 1/4 pound bag. It's your standard size potpourri bag, but this fragrance, I wish I could allow you to smell it through your computer, through your phone. Unfortunately, technology doesn't let us do that yet. So you're going to have to take my word on this, but this thing smells. The aroma is dreamy. It is dreamy. It is heavenly. It is fragrant. The aroma is powerful but sweet. The sunflowers are not bulky enough to really make a true potpourri, so we had to use other items. But we captured the essence of the sunflower here by the color patterns, kind of the fall, a lot of the yellow, make it pop just like the yellow in the sunflower does. And what this is hand fragranced. So that means by hand, and make sure that the whole thing is fragranced, not just the top part, not just a little bit of it. So it's all hand kind of mixed there. And also, the high quality ingredients are in here. That's very important so that the potpourri doesn't mold. In fact, this is supposed to last 10 years or longer as far as the construction of it. Now, as far as the fragrance, that does eventually run out. We'll talk about that more momentarily too. It looks kind of small, but it actually lives very, very large. Let me show you how big this actually presents. This is a bowl that I just picked up at the dollar store. You're going to actually, if you're going to do it right in one bowl, you need a bigger bowl than this. This one doesn't quite cut it because I got all this went into this, plus this is left over. So there is a lot. So if I didn't overfill this one, you could definitely fill 2 of these bowls, almost to the brim. And, use this in 2 different rooms. This works best, guys, in any kind of small rooms here. It basically creates a scent for the entire room. And it's best in bathrooms, small little linen areas, or anywhere you just want to freshen up. It works best in a shallow bowl. It needs to be able to breathe. That's the key here. So you don't want to pack it down too tightly. This is packed tightly just for shipping reasons. But once you open it up, you set it up so it can breathe. The fragrance eventually goes away. Well, how long is that going to take? It's hard for me to say right now, but I'm estimating about 3 months. That's what good quality potpourri does. It lasts about 3 months. So that's what this is. And that's what we're expecting this to do and how to live. In about 3 months, let's say, the fragrance runs out, doesn't smell anymore. Well, that sucks. Now you got to buy another potpourri, right? No, you don't. Actually, with this is the sunflower spritzer bottle that is a separate product, but they're a team. They go together. This is a tandem here. And this is the same exact scent palette. The difference is that this is the strong stuff to last 3 months, and this is just more diluted. Now, the reason that's diluted is because it serves other purposes. This can be used as a room spray. You can freshen up your whole house by spraying a couple pumps of this stuff and make it last for days. You can, if you have cats, a couple sprays in the litter box. When that starts smelling bad, your house smells good again. If somebody stinks up the bathroom, you can use this for anything to make smell better. And this is also skin friendly. People can wear this as, it's not as strong as a perfume, but it's more of the line of like a body spray, a body mister. You can actually wear it on yourself. But basically, the way that you refresh this, you can rejuvenate it instead of getting a new one or throwing it out. You can basically recycle this by all you do, take a big plastic bag, like a grocery bag, plastic, dump the whole thing in there, spray a good wet layer on the top of it with your mister, with your spritzer here. Good wet layer. Close that bag up, shake it up, put it back in your bowl, and you're good to go. You're good to go for at least another week or more. The sunflower is God's flower. It basically represents all the main characteristics of the year. What you got there are your 52 petals. That represents weeks in the year. Inside, you got your seeds. You got 365 in a perfect flower. And it also follows the Fibonacci sequence of the Fibonacci spiral, the way that the seeds kind of go around in a spiral. And also the leaves coming up the stems, there's supposed to be 12 in a perfect plant. That represents, you guessed it, the 12 months. So the sunflower kind of represents our cycle, and that is why it's called God's flower. You're going to love it, guys. Check it out. Okay, guys, good stuff there with that sunflower potpourri. Also, brand new reading product, audio product, part of the Mini Bites group, my bite-size readings group. You don't even have to show up for it, guys. This is a no-brainer. It's personalized just to you. It's very affordable. It is called my Yes or No. You may have seen me do that spread in general readings. Sometimes it comes up, not so often, but once in a while it does. Now that's available personally, just for you. You get to ask a yes or no question, and in the reading, Spirit basically dictates factors for yes, factors for no. They're looking down both of your paths here. Very intuitive, very informative reading that you guys will love. That is also available right now on the website. Now let's get into your story 3 here, which was the moon cycle segue. They start with that. There's a lot of options right now for my Geminis here in story 3. Don't get asphyxiated that you just feel like there is just one way for you to go here. Whether it's like, oh, I just feel like this person, I'm just stuck with this person forever. Don't feel that way. If you feel like, oh, I'm just stuck at this job forever. I don't have any options. I'm too old, or I don't have enough skills. Whatever it is, they're saying don't feel that way. Okay, guys? There's a lot of different paths, a lot of different ways that things can go here. Now, some of these are not good paths. That is part of the energy of this card. They want you to still make good decisions here, but they don't want you to be so tunnel visioned, looking down just the scope of one choice here. There are many. Second part here, we do have a person coming in here. More than likely, this is a boss, or this is a man who is upside down. So there's somebody here that is affecting this path for you here. So whether it is like somebody you're married to, that is just like you feel like kind of the first example I gave you, or if this is a work example and maybe this would be your boss. The King of Swords can also be a boss. Even if your boss is a female, it can come up as a King of Swords because this is the authority over work here. And so maybe like a boss is getting in the way. Maybe they won't promote you. Maybe they don't like you. Maybe you should, get away from this job altogether. Something like that comes up here. So I do have a man or a boss that is upside down and basically either they don't like you or you don't like them, or there's some kind of riff here, or there's something that they're stopping. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is new money. I have that next with my Ace of Pentacles. I told you the Pentacles can also be health. We talked about that earlier in a different story. But here, this feels like new money. It could be new health, but money is a driver because like he's holding a coin. It's like, yeah, you can like hold health in like an analogous way, but you can't actually hold health. You can actually hold money, and that's what they show here. So I feel like, this person is in the way of new money for you. And in the month of September, maybe this starts, you start figuring it out. Things start aligning in certain ways. You're following the signs. You're figuring out, what, maybe I do need to start looking for another job. Maybe I do need to at least move to another department in my current workplace. Something like that comes up because there is new money coming in there, guys, and it's very good. Now, they bring in moon cycles. Well, what did we just say? We just said new. New. If it's new moon stuff. Bringing something new in falls under the new moon. So this is end of September, guys. This whole story in story 3, it's gonna, it may be kind of bringing itself up earlier. You may be seeing this kind of happen earlier in September, but the key parts of it happen later in September. So that's important to realize too. And that's what's going to help you take advantage of this opportunity and not miss it. So that's your reading, guys. Let's get into runestone, and then we got an animal totem to do for you. So still a lot to cover. Big readings here. Quick mixing of the runestones, and here we go for Gemini. Gemini's runestone for the month of September is this guy right here. Very familiar with this one. This one is my letter M looking thing. Where is that at? Right here. For movement, we got movement here for Gemini. That a lot of moving parts. And you can tell the 3 stories that we had for Gemini were very, very different. Very, very different with movement. They weren't, you could see very little correlations with, sometimes they're very connected. In this case, they got 3 very separate Geminis that are going on here. What do you got going on? A lot of moving parts. A lot of stuff going on, and activity is, usually a good thing. Most people like being busy to a point. They don't like to be overwhelmingly busy or overwhelmed, but just keep in mind that September is likely going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So your attention needs to be there. Your awareness needs to be there instead of just like, taking the month off and, just slacking through it. That's really not going to work so much for my Gemini. So movement, guys, that is your runestone there. A good one for Gemini. Let's get into your animal totem. I did promise you that, and I can do that one. Let me refer to my list because I have so many animal totems. I have not committed them all to memory yet. One day I will, but not now. Okay, guys, so this, I've had this before, but it's been a while. It may have even been you guys, for all I know. For all I remember, I've been doing this a while now. This here is the animal totem they gave you for the month of September is a bat. A bat. Nighttime nocturnal bat. Eating the insects flying through the air. Not the Batman hero, but the winged mammal here in the bat. Okay, guys, so this is taking opportunities at nighttime. Some of you may want to consider getting some more stuff done at night. Maybe you feel like, after work, I want to kick up my feet and just relax and just chill and not do anything. Well, they're saying here you can get some more stuff done at night, and we got the runestone movement. So you'd be best to get moving with stuff here. So we got movement, we got the bat. The bat is also a creature that has flight, so it's a good time to launch. Okay, if there's something that you've been waiting to do, the bat has wings. It can launch itself and fly and glide and get very, very mobile. So basically, they want you to do the same way. Even if you don't necessarily see what's going on right now, the bat has, it doesn't need to see because it uses echolocation to figure its way around and get its insects and get to where it needs to be. So you don't need sight. You guys are actually good without the wherewithal, with knowing kind of where you're at and where things are going. You can kind of feel your way through it here. A very intuitive animal as well there with the bat. So very good animal totem to wrap up with, guys. That is the entire reading. I know we've been through so much. So please check out the sunflower potpourri. Still got the sage soap on there too. That's over here. Just actually had to do another purchase of that one. Had to restock the shelves, so to speak. Went through so much of that. So wonderful products there available for you guys right now. Check those out. I'm going to see you guys in about a week with the love readings, but that is it for now. Have a wonderful September.